a guide to viral marketing. So this is the bit where, as I said, feel free to interrupt and ask questions, because I'm going to try and explain a little bit about what viral marketing is, but also it changes all the time. Yeah, it's constantly kind of evolving, because the web is evolving also very quickly, and we have to kind of change what we do to make it relevant. So if you don't understand what I'm talking about, just ask. So the first thing is that that's key is that viral is content which spreads organically. Yeah. So what we mean by organically is if we pay for one view, we buy one view. You know, Claudio does a deal and buys one view. Then that one view should translate itself organically to say 10 or 100 views, because the people who first saw it recommend it. Viral content, when we talk about viral content, we don't just mean marketing. And that's what's important about that is it means that what we do has to compete with everything. So when you make a TV spot, you put it on TV and it competes with the other TV spots in that ad break. But with viral, you don't have to just think about what other people are doing in viral marketing. You just have to think about what everyone is doing online with video content. And you have to compete with everything. Which obviously is difficult because they don't have to work for companies and they don't have to sell things, and we do. What we have on our side is budget and expertise, which is that the quality of the content is what defines whether you're successful or not. You can do things with the seeding strategy that will help, but ultimately if your message, if your content is not good, then your campaign won't work. And as a result of that, one of the, I guess, the kind of scary things about viral marketing is it's either a big success or complete failure. So it's very, very, very important to get it right, because if you don't get it right, nobody sees it. Maybe 5,000 people will see it on YouTube, which is not a big success. I think, like any kind of marketing, some people think, some people try and say viral marketing is the answer to all our problems. We work in marketing; it can do everything, and it's almost free, and it's amazing, and it's not true. We try and be honest with our clients and tell them it does some things very well, and it does some things very, very bad, like anything.
That's funny.
So what's it good at? It's good at getting people excited, generating buzz, getting people talking. It's good at raising awareness. If you have a new product, or you're launching a new product, or you're a new brand who want to try and compete with people, big companies who have big TV budgets, big print budgets, you can do lots of above-the-line activity. Viral is actually a very good way to go, because you can make something that's relatively low cost, and you can seed it for a relatively low cost, and you can get a global audience. If you get the content right, a global audience for really much, much less than the price that you'd have to pay if you were using traditional media. It's good at sort of making brands cool. I think this is something that is true now, but probably won't be true for that much longer, because it's still quite early. So brands who use viral marketing are still seen as kind of cutting edge. Because you have to make it entertaining, trying to get really detailed product information into a viral is extremely difficult. So if you have a product that people are going to buy because it's a little bit better, it's 32% better at one thing than the rival product, it's going to be very difficult to communicate that in a viral, because that's interesting to a few people, but boring to everybody else. So that's not really going to work. That's where it's useful to take out a print ad in a technical magazine, for instance. That would work much better than a viral. It's not that good at local tactical marketing. It works better. The bigger your potential network for the viral to spread through, the more likely you are to have success. So if you limit yourself down to the area around Milan, that's already restricted your network massively. And if then you make it about something that is only available now. So let's say McDonald's is doing an offer where you buy one Big Mac, you get one free. But it's only for the next 6 weeks. Really bad idea to make a viral about that. And it's only available in the Milan area. It's a terrible idea to make a viral, because it'll be around for a long time, so people will, in a year, will be going into McDonald's saying, I saw on your viral, 2 for 1. No, sorry, where is it? A year ago. And also, it's not that great at what we call aspirational advertising. Is that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So fashion brands struggle a little bit. I mean, obviously companies like Diesel do okay, but I think, you know, Prada, high-end, glossy brands, it's quite hard to use it because I think...
Too ironic. No.
It's hard to say why, but at the moment the online audience doesn't respond that well to kind of glossy, beautiful messages because a lot of the content is user generated and it has quite low production values, and that seems to be the kind of content that people like online. Again, I think that'll change. I think the standard is going up of all the content, online content. It's going up, production values are going up. Eventually it'll work out, but it's quite tricky if you're Hermes or, you know, Prada or whoever to do something that makes sense.
But sorry, can you say that with a viral a brand sells more, or it's only for awareness?
No. It can boost sales, but it works well for awareness. Put it this way: you'll drive sales through awareness, not drive sales through saying that, you know, your product is a little bit better than the competitor's product. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. I wanted to do a kind of true or false. I think there's some myths or stories around viral that, you know, I think need to be questioned. And the first one is that viral marketing, it's a kind of a historical thing, has to be edgy or violent or sexual or shocking. I mean, it can be. You can do stuff online that you cannot do on television, as I'll show you. But, but some people think it has to be. You know, that if you don't make it like that, then it won't work. And that, you know, a lot of people think that's true. Completely false. You can do all kinds of nice, cute, friendly, whatever, you know, make nice content that is safe, and it can go very viral. Another myth that is kind of historical is that viral marketing is spread mainly through email. So I maybe attach, put a link in my email, send it to someone else, and it spreads like that. Again, it does happen, but previously that was the only way really that it spread. Now it's a tiny little, one little way that it can spread. It can spread through blogs, social networks, IM clients. It's a much broader kind of way of content being able to get out there. It's more like a syndication method than a sort of distribution method. So that's false. That viral marketing is for challenger brands, not mainstream brands. Goes back to the first point. We've proved that false. That's something that we're very proud of, because up until about 3 years ago, that's what everybody thought. So we only worked with kind of brands who are prepared to be a little bit edgy and challenge, and now it's kind of mainstream, which is very good news for us. Viral marketing is cheap. This is something that makes us kind of angry. We don't like it. We don't want to be cheap. But I think it can be very cost effective. I mean, one thing we've noticed is that since the recession started, our business has done that. Because we're getting money that people are having their budgets cut back, they can't afford to go on TV, they can make a much bigger noise with us, with a viral campaign, than going and trying to do a print campaign or a TV campaign. But you still have to pay to make something good. You can't do it if you're just going to be cheap. If you're going to, say you need to shoot a film that should cost 200,000 euros, and you try and shoot it for 50,000 euros, you'll get a bad film, it won't go viral. You know, the money needs to be invested into the right places. And finally, that viral marketing can be tracked. A lot of people still don't want to do viral marketing because they say, but how do I track it? I know how many people are watching my commercial on TV, how many people are listening to my spot on the radio, how many people are seeing my poster, I don't know how many people are viewing it online. Completely false. It's probably, I mean, Claudio could tell you, it's easier and more precise to track a viral marketing clip now through YouTube, through all sorts of different technologies, than almost any other type of advertising, because you know when someone is watching it. On TV you can just guess that someone is watching it because the TV is on, but they might not be watching it. They might be on the phone, whatever. You know, with viral, people lean forwards, they click play and they watch.
Mm-hmm. But how much has to spend a brand in the UK to have a good viral campaign?
It depends, because it depends on what they will allow us to do. So if a brand is willing to be quite loose with the brief, yeah, and perhaps a little bit shocking or take some risks, then we can probably do something for like £100,000 pounds, which I guess is about
120,000.
120,000 euros. With Samsung, we probably spend twice that, maybe 3 times that, because we have to make things that are just kind of big, because that's the way we're going to get the audiences, by impressing people, because we can't do things that are maybe a bit more underground. So the budget can
And how many viewers has to have a viral to be a successful one?
that depends who you talk to. If you talk to our, I'm serious though, if you talk to our competitors, they'd say 100,000, 150,000 globally.
Globally.
I think that's a horrible, horrible failure. 150,000 views is nothing. In one country, it's fine. Globally, nothing. For us to have a success, at least 1 million, really preferably 1.5, 2.5, 3 million. That's 3 million is when we start feeling happy.